All right, let's switch over. Let's talk about Battlefield 6. Now that it's all over and done with, let's talk about the good, the bad, any news that happened during the playtests, the 2 weekends that happened. Let's switch over. So, the anti cheat. I'm pretty sure everybody became a specialist with their computer over these weekends because you had to go into your BIOS to enable the anti cheat because it's a kernel level anti cheat, and there's only one game I can really think of that also has a kernel level anti cheat. Valorant has a kernel level anti cheat. Um, right here, I can bring it up. They have kernel level, and in fact, Battlefield and Valorant were conflicting with their anti cheats. When you enabled secure, you had to go into your BIOS, enable secure boot. Anyways, so those two were conflicting. Bad time. You had to uninstall Valorant to play Battlefield 6, which arguably a good thing. Let's just be for reals. If you're not playing Valorant, I think you're living a happier life. So yeah, so those two kernel level anti-cheats were conflicting. Everyone went into BIOS to enable secure boot, which wasn't a huge problem. As long as you're not a cheater, you should be fine. Anyways, the anti-cheat stopped 330,000 cheaters. So not bad. Not bad. I hate hackers. They were a big problem in Battlefield 5. And we got to also talk about some cheating allegations in the streaming community. This streamer, Riley CS, was accused of cheating. I saw the TikTok clip of them switching to people's heads and stuff. I saw it in passing, so I scrolled past real quick. I was like, oh, whatever. And I thought it was cheating, but looking back at it, it's obvious they weren't cheating. Yeah, 2042 I heard had a lot of cheaters as well. So I'm glad they used a new system that seems to be working. But yeah, this streamer was accused of cheating. Looking at that TikTok again, they obviously weren't cheating. They just had really good aim. And most of the bullets they were shooting were missing anyways. They were just flicking really good. Also, watching their stream, not bad. They're not bad at the game, but they're certainly not cheating. And then people try to attack this individual for other reasons, which is so unfair to this creator. It's ridiculous. If you don't know who they are, check them out. Decide for yourself whether you want to keep watching them or not. Don't let others dictate what you think. Another thing, Battlefield maps were a bit small this time around. Obviously, it's a beta. They're not going to give us everything in the beginning, which is fine. But usually, Battlefield maps are pretty large, and the beta didn't give us a very large map to play on, other than like the mountain map, which gave us like quite a bit of tanks. I think you could have probably 6 tanks on the battlefield at once. That's including both sides. You're going to add BR mode as well, right? Battle Royale? I actually don't know. I don't think they're going to add a Battle Royale. God, I hope not. I'm kind of sick of BRs. I play Apex enough. I don't need a BR. Yeah, the maps were kind of small. The community is a little, a little iffy on the subject because they're like, well, we don't want to pre-order this game because we haven't seen a huge map. The second weekend brought another map for us to see, and it even in conquest mode, that map didn't really it didn't have any vehicles in it, no tanks, no jets, no planes. And people were a bit skeptical on what this new Battlefield was going to be. I, for one, I enjoyed some of the maps. Obviously, I would like a big Battlefield map because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing a large, kind of flat, not very flat. You know, if you've played Battlefield 4, you know what I'm talking about. But you know, in Battlefield 4, there were also the maps where there weren't any vehicles or anything like that. It was just infantry troops. But they also had a game mode for that, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna pre-order it because I'm a bit skeptical on their releases thing. Anyways, maps. I'm hoping to see a bigger one with more vehicles. Maybe I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. The classes changed a bit in this iteration of Battlefield. Battlefield 4 had pretty much the same four classes. Uh, they had assault, they had recon, but they had medic and support, not engineer and support. In Battlefield 4 was more of they supplied ammo with limited anti-tank capabilities, whereas assault had all the anti-tank capabilities, and and medic just had revival capabilities. Recon's pretty much the same. Just place a spawn point for your team. Reveal the enemy. Same thing in this game. The assault class in this game now allows you to have a third weapon. Most people took a shotgun, or I think that's all you can take as your third weapon. Which is interesting. So assault class essentially turned into a full infantry unit. They move around the battlefield quicker, they get a lot of kills, they do not deal with tanks whatsoever. Now engineers were changed a bit. They have all the anti-vehicle capabilities. They have anti-air, they have anti-tank, they have mines. They also have their torch, which can repair other friendly tanks. They can also damage tanks, which I'm gonna bring up this clip of me taking out this tank with just the torch. Yeah, very, very goofy way to take out a tank is definitely with the engineer torch. So yeah, that's the only difference about engineer this time around. And then support, medic, whatever, completely changed. Not completely, but they pretty much gave the supply plaque to support, which gives not only health but also ammo, which I did not realize it gave ammo until like the second weekend, so I'm kind of dumb for that. One thing that I don't like about support, well, let's actually talk about the new reviving system they have, where you can drag teammates and revive them, which is a really cool system. I'm glad they added that. It's super cool to have in this type of game. Hippie's already dead, for in my opinion, probably. Um, the dragging a teammate while reviving is a really cool system. Unfortunately, support also has access to defibs, which they've added a defib like item gadget in every game, and I wish they would stop doing it because it feels too easy to use. There's no strategy to it. There's not really a punishment to it. Um Essentially you would, as a solo player, you might take out 3-4 player enemies, and then a medic can just sweep in with defibs and revive all four of them, and you pretty much did nothing. And with this new dragging system, I wish they would have just focused on the, dragging, the reviving, because medics can already revive quickly when they're dragging someone, quicker than if you were another class trying to revive a teammate. So yeah, I really wish they figure out the whole defib problem. That's my gripe with the classes, is just the defib problem. I don't think any of the classes are too other than that are too bad to go against, so they seem pretty balanced. You probably noticed that I didn't talk about 2042 all that much. I never played it. I can't talk about it. I didn't want to play it. It didn't look great. but it feels like Battlefield 6 is a real comeback for them. So I'm hoping to see more. It was a fun beta weekend, and yeah, that's all I have to talk about for Battlefield. Can't wait to see it October 10th. It says, I think. So looking forward to it. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.